can start because these are ones that are going on Twitch, on YouTube. So go ahead and get them games going. There are games going on right now. Tampa Bay's taking on the Falcons. Cincinnati Bengals is right. Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns in a divisional battle. The Miami Dolphins are visiting Indianapolis Colts. They're currently playing right now. That score is 3-0, so it's still early on in the game. The Raiders are visiting the Patriots. Arizona Cardinals are taking on the New Orleans Saints. Pittsburgh Steelers are visiting the New York Jets. The Pittsburgh Steelers are visiting the New York Jets. The Giants are visiting the Washington Commanders. Carolina Panthers are visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. And that's going to wrap out all the early games. And when I say early games, I'm talking about Eastern time. In the midday games are the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos. San Francisco 49ers taking on Seattle Seahawks in a divisional battle. Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers in another divisional battle. That should be a very interesting game. And Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Our Sunday night matchup, it features two playoff teams that are rivals, no less. Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills. And then our Monday night matchup is Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears on ABC and ESPN. And that wraps up pretty much all the games that are taking place today as the official weekend of the football season going into that Monday night matchup. So we already had games on Thursday between Dallas and Philadelphia, which was a very close game. Look, man, I gotta tell you, CeeDee Lamb, you gotta learn how to catch that ball in clutch situations, man. Also, we'll talk about that game a little bit more because of one incident that took place. Also, there was a Friday night matchup that took place in Brazil between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers finally pulled off a win against the Chiefs, 27-21 on Friday night. This was actually on YouTube. You could watch this game, was free for YouTube, so you could have watched this game for free. But congratulations to the Chargers for pulling off that win. It was a very close matchup early on, but I feel like them missing their wide receiver that's currently suspended is going to really hurt the Chiefs long run. And then just to roll in real quick for week 2, because I'm just going to mention these games real quick. For the Thursday night game, you're going to have the Washington Commanders visiting the Green Bay Packers. So that will be taking place on Amazon Prime. And if you are on Twitch and you're a Prime user, you can definitely watch it on Twitch as well. So, football's back. Hey, NFL's back. That's all I gotta say about it. Yeah, so I already mentioned some of the scores. Cowboys and Eagles 24-20. A very tight Thursday night football game. This game was actually delayed 45 minutes, I think, because there was a rain delay between in the either third or fourth quarter. So that game was delayed. But there's other things that went on in this game as well, because if you didn't watch the game, before the first play of the game, Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott and got kicked out of the game. Look, I get it, it's football. There's a lot of spitting going on. I'm going to talk about another team that had a player spit this weekend. But like, this is so disrespectful. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have slapped. I don't know what he was thinking. I would have slapped the shit out of him if he spit on me. I'm gonna slap anybody that spits on me. I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. I'm for real. You asking for ass whooping, because I think that's also that could be considered assault if you spit on somebody, especially at post-COVID. Yeah, that's considered assault. So the fact that we have this guy spitting on people, and then before the first play happened, that's crazy. Lucky his team won, but still, it's crazy that happened, and he just did it out of nowhere. And look, I like Jalen Carter. He's always had a questionable history, mostly off the field when he was at Georgia, because at the time he was in Georgia, he was charged with reckless driving, and there was actually a death in that accident that he was involved in before, and this is before he got drafted. So now he's spitting on people during the game. Look, man, you got to do better. You have an opportunity to create generational wealth for your family, and you out here just doing bonehead decisions. I hope he'll definitely get a fine. I don't know if he gets suspended. They were saying that he wasn't going to get suspended, but I seriously doubt that. He should get suspended. He should be suspended for a game for that. And I mean, obviously he's going to get a fine, but yeah, he should be suspended for that because that's crazy. All right, moving right along. A lot of college games happen. We're going to go into college real quick. A lot of games that happened in the college games yesterday. The big games that I'm going to focus on are the big marquee matchups. So we had Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Michigan Wolverines at home. They pulled away and won 24-13 against the Michigan Wolverines. A very tight battle. I don't really have much to say about this. Michigan, I think their head coach is still suspended, if I remember correctly. I think he's got like at least 3 or 4 games suspension after that whole sign stealing situation. When Jim Harbaugh was there, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this, but yeah, another team just lost. So Oklahoma's 2-0 going into. I think they probably have one more game before they go into their conference schedule going forward. Oklahoma blew the brakes off of Oklahoma State. Like it's not even close. But this one, the reason why this game was interesting to me is the fact that the Oklahoma State coach was talking about how Oregon has so much money because of, you know, if you don't know, the founder of Nike is a Oregon alum. So a lot of their fancy uniforms and stuff like that, and money they get money for, it comes from Nike because that's where he's from. So it's just, you know, I guess they took it as personal shindig and they beat the brakes off of Oklahoma State 69-3. And I'm just going to say this right here, right now. That Oklahoma State coach has been there for at least 20 years, I think. He's been there for 20 seasons. It's time for him to go. Mike Gundy's 20-year career is he's done. There's like, you're not moving into a different conference. You're not moving to Big Ten or SEC or anything like that. So if I was Oklahoma State, like, if they have another game like this, he needs to go. I'm sorry, he needs to go. So that's all I can say about that, because it was crazy that he was talking reckless about this team. Clemson comes to the front. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because not the fact that how they won the game. It's just that for most of the game, Clemson was struggling. Like, this team is touted to win the ACC, and they're struggling against a non-conference opponent after they lost against LSU last week. I don't know, man. I think Clemson's fool's gold, and Dabo Swinney might be on the hot seat if this keeps going, because there's no way that your team is supposed to be a favorite and you're struggling against your non-conference opponents. You lost. Granted, I'll give you the LSU loss because it was close, but I can't give you this. I'm sorry. This is horrible. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope Dabo Swinney don't lose his job, but like the way things have been working out with him, as far as like him not being able to use the transfer portal, him being an old school guy and complaining about the state of college football with the NIL and the transfer and the transfer portal, you might be looking at another job yourself, sir. Granted that you brought 2 national titles to this school, I don't see how you keep standing on that high horse and you keep getting L's left and right, and almost got another L after you had an L last week against a non-conference, not even a good non-conference opponent. It's Troy. But what are we talking here? I don't know what's going on with this, but hopefully he can figure it out. And other news that had to deal with upsets. Mississippi State upset the Arizona Sun Devils 24-20 in a last-minute field goal effort. Hats off to them. Congratulations for winning this game against a non-conference ranked opponent. And hopefully they can continue to build from this. I seriously doubt it because it's Mississippi State. But hey, hopefully they can do something with this, because it's just it was a surprise. It was a very big surprise, the fact that this team. Oh, I'm sorry. The Colts just scored on the Dolphins. This team just was a year ago in the college football playoff. Does it hurt his chances or Arizona State No, I still think they're one of the favorites to win the Big 12, but we'll see what happens going forward. So, yeah, but it's unfortunate. And then finally, after talking about all the other teams that we got to talk about, let's also talk about this team. This was one of the biggest upsets of yesterday. South Florida went into the swamp and beat the Gators at the last minute of field goal, 18-16. If that coach wasn't on the hot seat before, he's definitely on the hot seat now. Because it made no sense for South Florida, who is not a good team, by the way. I live in Florida. I know these schools. I'm sorry. Florida should not be losing to this team. And now this is going to hurt my school credibility because we got them on our schedule. So I was really hoping that they can continue to build. But this right here just shows that you can't trust a Florida Gator. It's just an embarrassing moment for them. But you know what? Y'all know my motto is F Florida all day, every day. So therefore, y'all know my motto. Like I said, F Florida all day, every day. I'm sorry, them fans made me mad when they messed with my family. So y'all deserve this L. Also, y'all had a player in the game spit on another player. What's up with that? I'm trying to, let's see. I could have swore a player spit on another player. That was another thing. I'm like, what's up with these? Yeah, there it is, right there. So defensive lineman Brendan Bett was flagged and ejected from the final drive for spitting on an opponent. Bro, what is going on that everybody's spitting on each other? What is going on here? Can we keep our saliva in the mouth? Come on now. That's just disrespectful. Like, he deserved to get suspended for that. Thank you for the raid, Small Streamer Connect. Appreciate the raid. Once again, welcome in, Raiders. My name is 3K. I'm currently doing a podcast stream for sports. As soon as I get this one out the way, then we'll be going to a game real quick. I appreciate everybody showing up. And if you like the channel, make sure you hit the follow button. But yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, he was spitting. Like, I don't know what it is about this season, but if you're a football player in high school, don't do this. Please don't do this. Don't spit on another player. Don't do this. This is disrespectful on so many levels. Like, don't do this. Like, don't spit on nobody in real life. Like, don't really don't, because like I said, it is considered I think it's considered assault. So don't do that. That's just disrespectful. But yeah, you deserve that L. So with that being said, it's F Florida all day, every day. And welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Thank you so much for joining us. Bill Belichick finally got his first win yesterday. He confirmed the ban of the Patriot Scout. So the story ran last week was that he banned the Patriot Scouts from coming to the UNC facilities to watch his players, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no problem with it, because like, he's petty as all get out. But he explained his reasons that he's not welcome to the Patriots facility, so he's gonna ban them. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what the Patriots fans were looking at, because the way UNC got beat by TCU, I was just like. And I know Bill Belichick was watching that whole game like. But yeah, he finally got his win, 20-3. I'm glad they was able to bounce back and recover, but I don't know. It's gonna be a long season for him if he keeps struggling like this. Also in the first win category, Michael Vick earns his first win at Norfolk State. Yeah, we forgot about him. We completely forgot about him. So yeah, Michael Vick earns his first win in Norfolk State over Virginia State, 34-31. I know that he's going to have a game coming up against Delaware State. I think they're playing in Philly. That's at the Philly Stadium. So we'll see what happens with that. But congratulations to Mike Vick for getting his first win as a head coach of an HBCU. Man, listen, I hopefully continue to build from this and show up. That's all I can say about that. But final news on college football. Yeah, so this is what the interest about me. It's not because this team is ranked or anything like that, because they're not. It's the fact that this coach was so mad at his players for the lack of effort they put through the game, which, by the way, they did win in overtime. But after the game, this happened. This is after the game. He made the entire team run sprints because he was so mad at the lack of effort after the game. Hey, listen, I have no problem with this. All I can say is, hey, just perform, bruh. Perform. That's all I gotta say about that. Go out there and perform. Right. They was giving no effort. So he said, I'm so sick of this. Despite the win, he had them running wind sprints up and down the field after the game. But like, he was not playing around. And listen, if you're not going to put in the effort to play the sport, I think you should be, I have no problem with them running after the game. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's all I got for college sports news for this week. Going to next week's schedule. Let's see. We're in week 3. Let me see some of the major matchups. I don't see. Alabama, Wisconsin. That should be an interesting game. Georgia, Tennessee. It will be an interesting game. The Shula Bowl happens between my actual school and Florida Atlantic. Miami takes on South Florida. After that win against Florida, I would caution Miami to be careful. Although I don't think Miami should be struggling against a team, I would just say don't look past them. That's all I can say about that. LSU, Florida should be another interesting game. Although Florida is probably going to be looking to bounce back from that loss. Notre Dame, Texas A&M should be a very interesting game. Looking at other schedules around here, and I think that's going to round out all the major games. Because that's going to be the marquee game right there, Notre Dame and Texas A&M. I don't see any other marquee games besides LSU and Florida. That's a nighttime game. So the battle of the Gators and the Tigers. Can LSU continue their winning ways, and can Florida bounce back from their loss? We'll see what happens. But check your local listings for all the games. Moving on to basketball news. The Hall of Fame was yesterday. So if you don't know, the Hall of Fame takes place before the beginning of the season. Just like football Hall of Fame, but what's different about the basketball Hall of Fame is not only do they do professional players in the NBA, they also cover players from the NBA. They also cover coaches in both in professional and college. They also do international players, any contributors, and they also do Olympic teams. So the biggest news that came out of the Hall of Fame yesterday was Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, and Maya Moore all entered the Hall of Fame. I mean, Carmelo Anthony, his resume speaks for himself. One-time NCAA champion with the Syracuse Orangemen, 4-time Olympic gold medalist with Team USA. Played with the Knicks, played with the Nuggets, played with the Blazers, played with everybody. I think he played with the Lakers. He played with Oklahoma City, and he had a very storied career. Dwight Howard, another big-time player, started his career out with the Magic. Won an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers during the COVID year. That's his only ring. He played before then. He was playing with the Atlanta Hawks. He was playing with the Houston Rockets. He played with the Lakers the first time when Kobe was there, and played with the Lakers the second time when LeBron was there. He recently just competed in the Big Three. I watched him play this year when he was in Miami, when the Big Three came to Miami. He's well beloved. They love him. They love him in the Big Three. So congratulations to him. He has a storied career, multiple All-Star. And Maya Moore, her career speaks for herself. National championship with UConn, 4-time NBA champion with the Minnesota Lynx, and multiple MVP awards, National Player of the Year in college, Olympic star. I mean, she's done everything. And on top of that, Maya Moore, I think she has like 12 rings total. Like, she is the GOAT when it comes to basketball. And on top of that, she's also a big time activist. She was helping out with outreach with convicted felons. In fact, she actually helped one of the convicted felons have their sentence overturned, and he proved his innocence, and eventually they got married, and she retired from sports basketball. So yeah, big time. Like you can't go wrong with these three. So that was great. Some other notable inductees was Billy Donovan, two-time he's current coach of the Chicago Bulls, two-time national champion with the Florida Gators. I think he also coached at, I don't remember, I think he coached at OKC, but he is currently with the Bulls. So the Miami Heat's general managing partner, aka owner, Mickey Arison. He's been owning the Miami Heat for years now. Since his ownership, 3 times the team has won the NBA title. The team has been to the playoffs almost every year except for maybe 5 of those years. So despite the fact that the Miami Heat are a relatively new team in the NBA, they have been very well received when it comes to their basketball dominance. Part of that is because of Pat Riley, but a lot of it still has to fall under him as the owner. So, but to round out, oh, and I also got some additional players. I'm sorry. Sylvia Fowles, multi-time player, multiple champion. Sue Bird, multi-time champion. She recently retired 2 years ago, I think. So she was a great player, just like she was, just like Carmelo. She played on the Olympic teams. I don't think the women lost since God. I can't remember the last time the women have lost. Like they've been winning gold every year. It's like the men have lost back when they were in Greece. I think that's the last time they lost. But yeah, it's like the women haven't been losing since either the 70s, I think, or something like that, like the early 80s. They've been dominant, and Sue Bird is one of the reasons why they've been so dominant. She a multi-time champion. She played at UConn. It's something about that UConn. Them UConn players, they come out of UConn, they just come out and dominate. Maya Moore, Sue Bird, man, they just come out and dominate. So hats off to them. Congratulations for making the Hall of Fame, all those players. But we're going to finish off with they also inducted the entire 2008 Olympics men's basketball team, aka the Redeem Team. This team ran through the Olympics in China. One of the most famous moments from this team was the gold medal game. Kobe Bryant ran through Paul Gasol's chest. I was like, he ran against his own NBA teammate, his own Laker teammate. He ran through his chest in the Olympics, bro. I was like, hey, yo, this team was stacked. I think Dwayne Wade was the leading scorer. They had LeBron, they had Bosh, they had a lot of players. So the entire team was inducted into the Hall of Fame. LeBron was there. Coach K was the coach of the team. He got inducted as well. So congratulations to all the players, all the referees. Also referee Danny Crawford got nominated, longtime referee in the NBA. So congratulations to all the players, all the coaches, all the owners. Hats off to y'all. We appreciate y'all being in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Just want to mention that real quick. Going and sticking with the NBA. So if you don't know, there's been an investigation being launched by the NBA into the Clippers and Kawhi's Leonard contract. So the story is that one of the former reporters from ESPN uncovered that the Clippers were paying Kawhi Leonard $25 million to stay off the court. So now the NBA is hiring a third party to look into this issue, because that's crazy. You paid this man $25 million to stay off the court. Yeah, I'll probably be questioning too. So I don't know what the outcome of this investigation is going to be, but yeah, Ballmer said that he followed the league rules. We'll see what happens with this, but you know, it does not pay stay off the court. That's all I got to say about that. So that is the only other NBA news that I wanted to breathe over real quick. And then finally, next weekend, because I'm gonna report the next podcast I'm doing after. It's always on Sunday, so this is going to happen after the fight. But next weekend, we're going to have the biggest fight in the last 5 years. Canelo Crawford. taking place live. I'm definitely gonna watch this fight. My heart says Crawford. My head is saying Canelo, just because the fact that Crawford has to go up in weight. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but that's a lot of weight going from where he was to fight Canelo. I think they're fighting at 160. I think they're fighting at 160, and Crawford's at 140. And currently, it should be. He was undisputed welterweight champ, so I think it's like 147, give or take. So I can't wait for this fight. We're talking about different styles. One guy is a bruiser. Both of them are tacticians, but one guy is a little more bruiser than the other one. The other one's more of a mid-fight. Crawford's more of a fighter that likes to change his style up during the fights. But I'm excited to see this fight because this is going to be wild. The other news that was also announced was the Tyson and Floyd Mayweather are going to do an exhibition, I think next year. So I'm going to see what happens with that. But yeah, that's what we got as far as boxing goes. There's a lot of fights actually happening trying to think. There's a lot of fights that are scheduled this year, but yeah, like obviously the Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford fight, Benavidez, Anthony Yarde. There's another fight. There was another major fight I was looking at. I was trying to remember. I don't know. I couldn't remember because I didn't have a chance to actually go through this list, so I have to go back and go find it. Inoue has another fight coming up, so that probably is. I'm thinking that it might be his, but I think there's somebody else. All I know is, as far as heavyweights goes, I don't know who Usyk fighting next when it comes to the his belt, but yeah, he's the undisputed heavyweight champ right now, so I don't know who he's going to fight, but we'll see what happens. But I can't wait for this fight. September 13th, I'm going to be drinking coffee because I know it's going to be late as hell in Vegas. I am waiting for this one, so I'm excited for it. And it's going to be 12 rounds. Go check out your local listings if you can find it. It's going to be on Netflix. Hey. All right. So I think that's everything as far as the sports news. Make sure you check your local listings. Go support your local teams. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm going to be hitting record on for this. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Netflix. I'm not paying for Netflix to watch the fight, but hey. Yeah, Netflix has been doing a lot of fights lately. I think that's when the Mike Tyson and what's the name? Jake Paul fight was on Netflix. Yeah, I know. It was bad. It was very bad. It was super bad. Like, it was ridiculous bad. It was crazy how bad that fight was. Yeah, I know. I just saw it. I just saw it just now. I just opened the software just make sure to stop lagging. Oh no, Netflix? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Does it lag? It does. Oh yeah, it does. You're right. It does. I remember that. It did lag. I remember. It did lag. Yeah, they're not made for it. And that's a huge fight. I really hope they beef up their servers because, like, that's a huge fight. That's a huge fight. Like, it's we're talking 2 generational talents, like, no joke. When in the field of boxing, this is actual legit generational talents that we're talking about here. So, like I said, my heart is with Crawford. I love Crawford. The way he destroyed Errol Spence Jr., I was like, ooh. Yeah, I'm not getting Netflix. I'm gonna watch the fight, but I'm not getting Netflix. I'll go to a bar and watch the fight if I have to. I'll go to South Beach and watch it at a bar. I don't care. I'll go pay for it. I'll be by myself, eating whatever, watching the fight. I'll be sitting there like, this food is good. Keep the fight going. I didn't care for the Tyson fight. I didn't care for it because I was like, this is a cash cow. I knew for a fact that was a cash cow. Anytime that the Paul brothers are involved when it comes to boxing, it's a cash cow. So I watched Jake Paul back during the pandemic. I was good. Yeah, everybody was upset. I forgot about that. Everybody was upset how bad that fight lagged. So it lagged really, really bad. So I really hope this one don't lag. I really hope not. I really not. Maybe that was a soft test to see how well they would fix the networks. Hopefully they spent that time to fix the networks, because I'm not trying to have this fight lag. I want to see this fight happen. This was like, I don't think these two are going to fight. Then they announced the fight. I was like, oh my God. Yo, shout outs to Saudi Arabia. Yo, they making things happen, because I was like, hey, yo, let's go. Because for the longest time, Crawford wasn't getting paid because he was with Top Rank, and Top Rank is on ESPN. So he was just fulfilling his contract. Once his contract was up, he left. He left their promotions. I was like, I don't blame him. You're a top talent and you're not getting paid the way you should be. Yeah, I'll leave too. Like, who wants to fight on free TV? Oh yeah, I'm excited for this fight. I'm definitely excited for this fight. I had this one circled on my calendar. I was like, let's go. But if I can't watch it at home, best believe I'm going to a bar. I'm going to the bar. I'm going to the bar. I'm gonna be broke as hell, but I'm going to the bar. People like, let me bring my broke ass in here. I was like, no wonder I'm seeing the commercials about the VMAs. And I didn't know it was on CBS. Oh well. So this game is due. Let me see if there's another game on. Nope. Nah, we don't have another local game on, unfortunately. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said before, make sure you check out your local listings for all sports related news. Make sure you support your local teams out here, because they're working out here. They're trying to do the best thing. So if you're interested in sports, make sure you go support those teams. So let me go ahead and stop recording, and we'll go ahead and continue with the games. I'm going to be certain I'm going to try to finish up Shinobi today. So we're going to see if I can get that boss work done. And then after that, we'll see what happens. So give me a minute.